Sao Paulo, it was annexed. No, Brazil took one state. Okay, so Sao Paulo lost, even though Brazil is very close to being killed. I like how this kind of just is completely broken. Now that they've gone syndicalist. You want to join? I don't even know what wars you're in, but sure, get called in. You're going to war Tibet, I guess. Don't need any of this. It's basically all trash. You're mending the rift. I mean, that's not as good as just joining our faction, because it does delay our plans a little bit. Way to Portland and then to Salem. Seattle. Yeah, push away to Seattle as well. Get better rifles. And we're going to also start a lend-lease with you. Let's give you 25... Oh, don't take a screenshot. 25% of monthly production. So most of the guns we produce are just going to other countries to fight. But as long as they can field better armies than the enemy, then I feel like it's all good. Let's now have arrived. Basically, if you can attack, you should just be attacking. That's at least my philosophy at the moment. Again, the Pacific states are at 18 to 36 units. That's like basically nothing. And American Union say, like, how close are you guys to capitulate? West Indies Federation's almost dead. Tibet's almost dead. American Union states closer, but not quite there. Guessing you just need to invade Kingston, right? And there are units in Kingston, as well as a couple of units from the Philippines. But the Philippines, I don't believe, are in the Entente anymore. But I find kind of funny is them actually attacking from the north. It actually is making their position weaker. Yeah, our Volt in Brazil has failed, even though you know, I don't think that really matters so much here. Let's be honest. Push into Tibet is going completely a-okay. Are you a core, or are you just going to keep Mongolia? I think you might just keep Mongolia for the fun of it. Anything else we can really do? Again, you know what? Now that the war in Europe and Asia is over, I think it's time for us to return land back to Iran. Our occupation there, I think has come to an end. Our goals have been met. What are those goals, you might ask? I don't know. But I can tell you that they have been met. Okay, so Tibet has fallen. I'm just going to basically give all of it to the Qing. I have no real interest in keeping it myself. And who's winning this fight? I think the Bharati Commune's losing. So, you know, let's justify a war here. Just in case we need to send units to help them out. We're trying to say, I guess you know what? We are already so far into this campaign. Just allow Diplo it. Just say that we're helping them out. What are they going to do about it? Need all your plans. You give military access. Thank you. Like, I feel like in the geopolitical system that exists in this current environment, we would just be like, hey, we're just giving direct military aid to the Bharati Commune and just immediately intervening into the war. Like, why would you not? You know? I mean, it makes sense. I mean, we're already doing the same thing in the American Civil War and in the and we did in the Spanish Civil War. So why not also do it for India? Which is, depending on how you want to think about it, is also kind of a a civil war as well. Eradicate the concessions. Yunnan clique. They're just trying to survive. They're like, maybe they'll just forget that I exist. But I don't think that's going to be the case. Or at least I would be, at the very least, very surprised if that ends up being the case. Cancel non-aggression pact with us. That's fine. How's their superiority? There's no planes around here at all. Did not even you guys have range? No, not even you, huh? Please fly over northern India for right now. I mean, I guess I could actually, you know what? Just give Bahari Commune planes. You can have half of production on fighters. And you can have like a half of, I guess I could have done both at the same time. You can have 50% of these. That's 100. No, 50. 50 is not 100. Yeah, basically just have half of all this production. A lot of production for you, and hopefully then you'll be able to actually deploy an air force. Because you should have the manpower, and I'm giving you the planes. At that point, there's legitimately no excuse. When these federations fall in, I'm pretty sure it's mostly the British who dealt with that. So I'm okay giving that to them. Unless it turned out to be the French or something. Nah, it was the British. Okay, the French actually did take over this area, but it really doesn't make a big difference, I think, one way or the other. We have some Canadian forces. Qing once again at war with the Yunnan clique. I don't think anybody's surprised by that development there. And hopefully soon the American Union State will collapse. What are they at right now? They're at 45%. And I mean, other than Texas, where most of their holding is right now. Actually, Denver is a core, and actually is considered 20 victory point. Let's go here then instead and push our way south. Because these guys are already doing just fine on their own. And you gotta remember that our allies don't actually have military access through the CSA. Eradicate. Establish the VS. Is more than okay. And now I'm hoping that you should start deploying an air force. Because I'm giving you planes. It might take a couple of months. How many planes do I have right now? I have a ton of tactical bombers. You know what? By Lend-Lease. Just have honestly, have 500 bombers. And then just bomb southern India to the ground. And hopefully that'll be enough for good things to happen. Also, we do have an airport down here. Let's deploy, I don't know. We actually deploy like 1,000 fighters down here. Game got some pretty decent air superiority, I would say. You do see the French have landed troops in Texas. And the Pacific States, the thing with the Pacific States is just that it's very mountainous, so it takes a long time to literally accomplish anything. But you know what? Purple line, delete yourself. Move here, and you're just going to spearhead your way San Francisco, and then spearhead your way towards this. And then you're just going to go with it. The Pacific States suck. They don't have enough men to actually put up any real resistance. Guys are going to go to Santa Fe. Guys are going to go way down to Austin. Houston's worth 20 as well. We want to help out the French as much as we possibly can. Get more industry. What are you guys doing right now? You're approaching the communists, so you're going to eventually join our faction, which means I can put these 24 units into Iberia proper. But I mean, how many troops does the Yunnan clique have? 9 to 36. Definitely not nothing. We still have the bombers. No, we gave them away. Also, the Qing are actually just having a war against Maharli Commune. I'm not too sure why they would do that. Seems a little strange to me. You also have 14,000 light tanks. I did not even realize that. Let's just go with a 20 combat with light tank division. And train up a ton of those guys. Yeah, let's just say 106 tank divisions. Sounds good to me. Okay, so you have not taken over Miami quite yet. Miami is worth 10 victory points. And we're about to cut this off from the rest of the American Union states. Guys off. This isn't even Austin, which I think is what I was telling you to attack originally. We're way towards San Antonio. Santa Fe has fallen towards us. Denver, not quite yet, but it shouldn't take too long. 98%. Will that be enough for them to capitulate? I don't know quite yet if it's going to give us the Collapse of the American Union State event. I mean, it's like, it's got to be close. But how close? There it is. Speak of the devil and he shall arrive. Okay, we're just going to pass. We're just going to give it all to the CSA because it's all their cores. So there you go. Congratulations to you for a job well done. Draw a line here. Push away this way, immediately attack. You're going to push away this way, immediately attack. I mean, you shouldn't, I think we own this territory here as well. How close to the Pacific States? They're not that close to death right now. Just because, again, a lot of the major cities are in California, and we're not really even close to California, unfortunately. I'm not too sure when you will be done. Once you're done, though, we can invade Portugal and kill them off. Now we're seeing the AI actually putting some aircraft down here. Should give us a little bit of material support. The VVS has been established. Why not aviation? That seems good. Play these guys near Moscow. Brazil still is holding on. I'm very surprised by that. Right here, San Diego, go to LA. You're going to go to LA and then up to San Francisco. Also, yeah, you're also passing through Las Vegas. We'd love to see that. Yeah, so the Canadians are now holding on to the Pacific Advance in the north. Is nice for us. What are you guys doing? Delete your line. Focus just in this area. Push. Yeah. Push. Move our way into Hyperbad. We're still not in the faction quite yet. Again, you will be soon. That's an inevitability that this will happen. Really, the question really is just how long will that take? I don't know. Did get cut off. Not a big surprise, I would say. I mean, the Qing are still doing well. They've annexed all their little puppet states over there. I'm just surprised that they want to invade. You don't have... I guess actually you have claims over here. Claim... Is it just to Wang? Manipur. So you're actually just claiming more land just because you can. Which, again, doesn't actually do anything. Fabricating a war goal... Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think, at least. I don't think it gives you a claim if you fabricate it. I might be wrong. Actually, I claim Wyoming. I believe this is a war for Wyoming. But I don't know if it actually even tells you. Yeah, one unit did die, unfortunately. Iberia joined the International. That means we're going to get these guys to immediately deploy over to the Portuguese border. And now all of France, all of Italy, all of Germany, basically everyone's going to send all their units to Portugal now. And get them killed off. Go to San Diego this way. You guys are doing your best. Go to here. Go to Sacramento, then go to San Francisco. Just take whatever land that you possibly can. Yeah, I think Portugal's basically going to waste all their manpower and equipment trying to fight this. It's not going to work. Because you are going to die. And the British have navally invaded from the back. Which basically I think means Lisbon is pretty exposed at the moment. Okay, Pacific States right now is almost dead. Like any other major city will be enough. Go to Sacramento. Sacramento gone. They won't even own their capital anymore. It'll, of course, be bad news for them. Has been a very, very long civil war. Going into 1941. I'm really surprised they still haven't fallen yet. They're 22%. Usually the collapse of the Pacific would have happened by now. Are we actually just gonna, like, regularly kill them? And not through events? Guess so. Again, we're gonna give all this land to the CSA. But just fight war goal. Yeah, like, it doesn't give you a claim. So I'm not too sure really what the point is. And then I guess the rest of you, we'll just draw a fallback line here. It really doesn't matter for now. I mean, the war in this area is over with. The CSA has won their war. Portugal is going to get steamrolled. Actually, you guys here, delete your entire plan. Because we're just going to basically focus everybody in a very concentrated area and focus on Lisbon. Siberia, you're not long for this world. I'm gonna be honest with you. Did you win? I mean, I would say we've won. I would say we've won pretty handedly, honestly. We're basically just helping out all the other socialist powers win their civil wars. And why not build more civilian factories? The more civilian factories, the better, I would say. The Portugal joined the... No, they never joined the Reichspakt. They only joined the Entente. Or at least... maybe they can join the Reichspakt, but it's just so rare because I believe that if Middle Africa invades Portugal's colonies, then there's no way for them to join the war. There's no way for them to join the Reichspakt. That for sure I know is guaranteed. If Middle Africa never invades Portugal, maybe it's possible, but I don't really know. Also, apparently Mozambique and Angola got their independence somehow, independent of everything else. I don't know how that happened. What are you guys doing? You're all mostly just fighting amongst yourselves. I mean, there's still a big war in Central Africa going on. I don't think that's ever going to be resolved. I don't know if you guys really have enough men to deal with that. You need somebody to come and intervene in there. Brazil is still holding on. Holding on to dear life. How long until you're dead? You're about halfway dead now. Germany's Asia is probably never going to actually fall. We're not at war with Australia anymore. I know we're not researching anything. It doesn't matter. Mysore and then you guys. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. We have any of these ports ourselves? Not at the moment. Do you have an airbase in Goa? I don't think so, unfortunately. Of course, Portugal is in a very, very sad state of affairs. West India Union now exists. Mexico still didn't join the International. They're part of this little thing, but they're not actually in the faction. Now owned by Italy. Is there anyone else we can send over here? I mean, I guess all the guys who put on the Chinese border don't really need to be there either. Hyperbad should fall. These guys down to the south don't matter as much. And also, can I deploy my 106 tank divisions? I can. Okay, we have 38 tank divisions. That's close enough. Expand the rest. Let's send these 38 light tanks into Hyperbad. Okay, Brazil's finally died. It took them a long time, but they got there. I mean, what do we even? We didn't even research a fucking military doctrine. That's really impressive that we didn't even get that done. Okay, we're gonna give all this land to Spain. European Federation. Oh no, they already own this. I don't even know what state. Anthnwam, Azores? Sure, why not? I guess we'll research this basic tech. We've done it 21 days. That's pretty good. Also, we are still using our technology sucks. It's actually like it's so bad. How do we win this war? Who let us win this war with technology this absolute dog shit? We're still using interwar era planes. Very impressive. We're canceling land leases now. We'll see who ends up being in charge of the CSA. You know what? Let's also build infrastructure in Russia. Why not? Good old infrastructure projects. that Sudan's actually lasting this long in their war. 5 to 25, 1485 for you. Where's my fleet of light tanks? They are on their way now. I mean, a lot of our puppet states actually have pretty decent sized armies. I think we do. Actually, we might not have the biggest army. France might have a bigger army. Mostly just because I've stopped trying to train up more units. No, 123, 136. Now, we have by far the biggest army. But I mean, our puppet states, you know, Germany is doing pretty well for themselves. Romania is doing all right for themselves as well. Okay, Hyperbad has fallen to our forces. Is that enough for them to die? It's getting closer, but we're not quite there yet. Or tanks. Okay, the tanks are now arriving. Lead that plan. Actually, just move your way like right here. And we're going to just move our way down south. And you know what? Let's take to the seas. Let's get a little naval experience as well. Why not? Okay, let's send in our horrible tank divisions. It's like they're doing okay. Where even is your capital right now? Your capital is in Madura down in the south. Okay. You're now finished. You don't even have any mills for how have I won this game when my stats here are actually like so garbage? Who won the election? It looks like the Radical Socialist won, the American Federation of Labor, led by Norman Thomas. And I think they got a pretty sweet flag. Again, we're still technically at war with Germany's Asia. Like trying to blitz our way down here. You guys are still doing fine. Honestly, being on this line is bad for you because you're actually just performing terribly. Let's just kind of blitz our way down south as much as we can. Got more tanks moving in here. We got a lot of bombers. Got better light tanks. You know what? Let's upgrade our light tanks to the 1940 version. One province, keep on moving your way in. Prince of Federation's losing a lot of territory here. Send a dumb amount of tanks into this province. Got decent breakthrough, which I am happy to see. Actually, we're going to delete your entire battle plan, honestly. I don't think we need it right now. War against you. You're going to do some pressure here. We're at 78. Maharaja Kami's doing pretty well up there. Our light tanks are Unsurprisingly, I guess like not performing out well in the jungles of India. I mean, France actually invaded Sri Lanka. I guess that's something. Our tanks down south. Get a little overrun. France preparing to naval invade around here. Hopefully they are. .95, bring more units in. Is Red still trying to pressure? Yes, they are. Actually, you don't have a battle line, so you probably should have a line though first before you try to attack. Otherwise, I think you're just gonna get a little confused with what's happening. In Red, we can put even more units in Red itself. Just join Red Army for now. And just some standard ass units. Actually, you might lose here and be dead. I'm not too sure yet. Our force is down. I just want you to die. I just want you to perish off the face of the earth. Okay, we've taken to the seas. Let's create the VDV. Infantry to back this up. We have had a few show up now. Hey, look, they're dead. Lovely. Okay, so France, I'm going to give you Sri Lanka. The rest we're just going to give to the Bharatiya commune. All the lands? Yeah. And I think that seems decent for now. I mean, you might release Sri Lanka. I think Sri Lanka does have a actual territory that does really exist. Then probably get rid of this. Somalia is going to kill Ethiopia in mere moments. Now have Sri Lanka. So now, are you have considered at peace, owns Hyperbad? Who are you at war with? You're at war with the Philippines. I'm not too sure why you're at war with the Philippines, but I think, okay, I think will be a good time for us to end this series. So thanks for watching. Let's just take actually a quick look at the faction map mode. Third International is looking pretty good. Zili Clique. You know what? Let's actually fix some of these borders for now. Let's say Unot Clique, they realize there's no way to fight them. They've given up. Have integrated properly into that country. Sudan falls, goes back to Egypt. That change anything here? Like, do you form the Chinese Empire? You're still the Qing government. Okay, you now do China United. Yeah, you didn't get known to be as the Qing Empire. Very cool. Let's also look at ideology. That is terrain. Ideology, it is incredibly red. You got the Middle East and most of Africa in more, got some, like, right-wing got some more authoritarian governments here. We do got some more liberal governments in Egypt and Somalia. Of course, most of South America is national populist. Do got some liberal democracies here. Sweden is the lone, I guess Ireland as well. And actually, Ireland's independence is actually guaranteed by the British. But then we just got Sweden, Ireland, and Greece and Bulgaria being the only countries that are not some form of socialist in Europe. And for some reason, China and Bharatiya Commune are going to war. I'm not really too sure why, but that's... I guess they have a core, but